Hey everyone, my name's Jason. Today I'm very excited to talk to you about my favorite sunglasses for 2025, right up here. Here at Revant, we've made millions of pairs of lenses for really every brand of eyewear around the world, so I've gotten to see a lot of sunglasses over the last 14 years. And I would say 2025 is one of the most exciting in the sunglass space. Everything from big tech companies investing billions of dollars in integrating tech into eyewear, to brands innovating with sustainable materials and everything in between. So with that, let's get started. All right, first up is my pick for best tech-enabled sunglasses of 2025. This is a newer category. I'd say there's a lot of brands getting into this, but the one that's doing it the best right now is Ray-Ban. They partnered with Meta to launch the Ray-Ban Meta Wayfarer sunglass right here. And the integration of technology is almost seamless. Most of the hardware is in the temples, so you can see that it's a little bit thicker, but overall this looks like that iconic original Wayfarer silhouette that we saw make a cameo in Risky Business way back, and that just really launched this in terms of being probably the most iconic silhouette in history in sunglasses. So I know I Meta partnered with Ray-Ban to make this, and they did a great job. They have cameras in the corner, there's speakers so you can take calls, listen to music, or even boss around your AI assistant. You can also use this to just look great. You know, I wore these skiing the other day. I didn't have to pull my phone out to take videos or pictures. I just told my assistant, take a picture. I was also able to hit the button up here to take a quick video, and the video was fantastic. It integrates seamlessly into all the Meta platforms, so you can share content very easily. And I think overall, this is the best integration of tech that I've seen for 2025. All right, next up is one of my favorite categories, best sunglasses for biking. Now, if you're a serious biker like me, you've probably tried a lot of different sunglasses. Ultimately, I landed on this one, which is the Oakley Sutro. The reason I did, after testing a lot of them, is first and foremost the fit and the protection that the lens provides. This is a massive lens. It's almost a goggle lens. So you get a lot of great protection, whether you're down sort of an aero position or up and taking wind, potentially branches, debris when you're mountain biking. It also provides a significant amount of UV and sunlight protection because of the high wrap, it wraps around. So that's great. And in addition to that, it's super lightweight. So the frame is pretty minimal. That was intentional. When you wear these for long rides, you want to feel like they're almost not there other than they're blocking sunlight and debris. So I think they've achieved that. They also put rubber grip where it matters. So when you start sweating, your nose gets sweaty, you know, these are pretty heavy in the front with the giant lens. They thought of that and put a nice rubber piece here that actually grips more as you sweat, so those don't slide down your face like a lot of other eyewear do. And then the other thing I really like about these is that the temples are very thin. They thought about helmet integration. So when you put these on, you want those to slide right under your straps. These do that very well as the top brow, seating right under that helmet. So you get very little spacing there, and it just fits really well and feels seamless. So overall, I love this frame. It works really well, and I wear it when I ride, when I mountain bike, when I road cycle. Highly recommend it. Okay, now it's time for my favorite sunglasses for fishing. Now, there are a lot of brands that are getting into the fishing space, but there's only one that's completely dedicated to it from its inception, and that is Costa. Costa has been working on creating the best fishing glasses for anglers all over the world for the entirety of its existence, and I think they really knocked it out of the park for my pick, which is the King Tide. This frame has almost everything you could possibly think of built into it for fishing, starting with channeling of sweat. We all know when you're out on the water, sun's beating down, you got salt spray, all that, you start sweating. So they created channels in the frame right here around the nose to channel that sweat so it doesn't get slippery and slide down, as well on the sides, which is a great feature. The sides as well, they have these nice covers here to block any incoming light off the water, other reflective surfaces, so your eyes don't get strained and you can really focus on what you're doing. The other thing they did that I thought was a nice nod to the sport itself is they created little rubber grips on the top here. And the reason they did that is because when you do need to set down your glasses, typically it'll be on a wet surface, boats are moving around. So they wanted to make sure these wouldn't move when you set them down. That's why they put grips up here. Again, really, really thoughtful design. And all that design effort led them to win the ICAST Award for fishing in 2023. So again, incredible piece of hardware. It is the most expensive pair of sunglasses on this table, coming in at about $350, but that's because of all the innovation, materials, quality of lenses, all of that that's built into this eyewear. It comes in two different shapes. We have the King Tide 6. That means the lens is a 6 base, so a little less wrap around your head when you wear it. And then the King Tide 8, which is what these are. They provide quite a bit more wrap, and again, that'll just provide more peripheral protection. So overall, a very impressive pair of eyewear. The Costa King Tide takes my pick for best sunglasses for fishing in 2025. Okay, this is one of my favorite categories. If you are looking for sustainable eyewear without compromising on performance, style, or fit, I have a great recommendation for you. This is actually my personal favorite, just the Otis Summer of 67. It is my personal favorite because my wife thinks I look great in these, so I wear them a lot. They just fit well. They're a timeless classic look. A lot of movie stars wear frames like this. And they're made in acetate, which gives them a heavier feel. They also have these nice steel barrel hinges, so you get a really quality feel with them. And all of that with sustainable materials. So the actual material they're using is acetate, which most fashion houses use in their frames. But what they're doing is they're using a sustainably harvested acetate. Now, acetate is actually made from wood pulp, so it takes trees to make this frame. What Otis is committing to by launching this frame is sustainably harvested trees to do less harm to the environment, which I think is awesome. Overall, this is, again, a very timeless frame, fits well, feels good. The only thing I would say about it is, for me, it tends to slide down. They could have put a little bit of rubber there to help it stay up because the front is a little bit heavy, but the rest of the value out of this frame overrides that for me. That's why the Otis Summer of 67 is my pick for best sustainable sunglasses of 2025. And now the category you've all been waiting for, the best overall pick for sunglasses in 2025. This was an incredibly hard decision. We have thousands of pairs of eyewear here, and we have to go through all of them to find the best. For that reason, I do have a runner-up, and that runner-up is actually 15 years old. That is the Holbrook, made by Oakley. This is such an iconic shape. It has been Oakley's best-selling frame for a very long time, 15 years, for good reason. Now, the frame itself, I wore for about 10 years straight, and that's because it fits well, I think it looks good, and overall it can transition well between events, weddings, going out, to sports. I've worn these fishing, I've worn them in other environments, and they just work well and they look good. So overall, a great staple eyewear to have in your quiver. Some interesting facts about this one. The O was actually redeveloped by Jim Gennard's son. Jim Gennard was the founder of Oakley. His son Jamin redesigned this O to be a more square look to really seamlessly integrate with this frame and this temple, kind of mirror the front here. And yeah, just a basic frame that looks really good. From Oakley here, the Holbrook is our runner-up. Now that brings us to the overall winner for best sunglasses of 2025. It's here on the left, and I left it here for a reason so you can compare them to the Oakley Holbrook. As you can see, very similar shapes. I think Roca was very inspired by the Holbrook and its timeless sort of silhouette here. But the designers there took it to another level in terms of how they made improvements. Now, a lot of the designers from Oakley have gone to Roca, so I think that's probably why we're seeing some of the similarities. But the Roca Barton 2 incorporates a few key features that made it stand out. Number one, and this is for people with big heads like me, they have a flex hinge here. So it fits really well, it feels good. With a Holbrook, occasionally I'll get tension headaches because they push right behind my ears. Some of you have probably experienced that. Over time, it becomes very annoying. I've actually had my ears go a little bit numb from that before. So thank you, Roca, for incorporating these reverse spring hinges and making them comfortable. Also, those hinges serve as a bit of a cam hinge. So when you don't need your sunglasses and you hang them from your shirt, like a lot of us do, you bend over, your sunglasses will typically fall off. These will stay put for the most part. The other thing they did really well was incorporate these little, what they call gecko rubber pieces here on the nose and the temples. Now the purpose there is to truly make them for performance, not just style. So you put these on, and when you sweat, they stay pretty well locked in place. Occasionally I'll wear the Holbrooks, do something more active, start sweating, and they'll slide down my nose. These do not do that because of that gecko grip, which is really impressive, stays locked in. And then finally, one of Roka's main selling points across their entire line is lightweight performance. So they really leaned out the frame here. It's thin across the temples and the front without really sacrificing durability or quality. You can kind of torque them here and you're not going to get much flex, even though they're really thin. They're just lightweight, they fit well, and they're super comfortable. And that's why the Roka Barton 2.0 got my pick for best overall sunglasses for 2025. All right, and that's a wrap for my recommendation for best eyewear of 2025. We covered a lot of ground here, from tech to best overall. That said, I want to hear from you. What did I miss? What do you like? What eyewear are you wearing? What's trending? Please let me know in the comment section below. I do read those and would love to learn about kind of what you're seeing out there. We will also pick 3 lucky winners from the comment section to get a new pair of sunglasses from Revant, along with Revant lenses. Speaking of lenses, we also offer lenses for all of these frames and thousands of others at revantoptics.com, starting at under $25. We know things are damn expensive right now. Some of these frames are over $300. We want you to have an affordable, high quality alternative that we make right here in the building. So go over to revantoptics.com and find some lenses that work for your frames. And then my last ask is to like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be producing a lot more content this year. We want to share knowledge with you on all the latest gear, tips and tricks for keeping your eyewear fresh. Thank you.